Ooh, child. It's early in the morning. And it's kicking it with KK. Good morning, everyone. Let me bless you guys with a quick little prayer. I hope everybody's day goes the way it does. I hope God gives you everything you need and you want. And your health is your wealth. Have a great day today. So before I get started, I just want to tell you guys I'm up this early cooking because I'm making Escovitch. And I should have made it last night so it could sit so I could have it today. So this is why I'm up early. Had so much stuff to do yesterday that I didn't really get around to do it. Wait, I have to pause this for a minute. Something's wrong with the camera. Wait, hold on. I'm back. Okay, so now I have all my ingredients I need to start this Escovitch sauce. I'm gonna make the sauce from scratch. Got my vinegar. I have my pimento berries. I have some sugar. Ooh, one of my favorites. I absolutely have my Scotch bonnet peppers. Handle with care. You guys. These things are hot. And if you don't use gloves and remove them when you finish slicing, wash your hands. Because guess what? You're not going to want to rub your face or your eyes or anything by accident. Have my onion. And I have my carrots. Okay, I have my carrots. I got about 3 carrots. So everything is washed. Wash your onions, please. I've seen a lot of cooking shows, and they just peel it. They don't wash the onion. Wash your onion. It grows in the ground. Wash your onions. Okay, so I'm gonna I think I'm gonna slice the onion last. I was gonna slice it first, but it's a very powerful onion, and I don't get all teary up. Excuse the scarf. It's my birthday week, and my birthday in a couple of days, and I'm just trying to get my hair did. Okay, so it's gotta just excuse it today. I have my coffee. Yes, I drink my coffee through a straw. Very good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna show you guys. What I'm gonna do first is the carrots. Okay, let's see if you can see the carrots. Yes. All right, I already washed and peeled them. I'm gonna take this little tip off. I have my garbage bag. Take the end off. And I'm going to have my bowl too. I'm gonna act like I'm peeling them. I want them very thin. So I'm going to shred them. So how's everybody been? It's been a minute. I was asked to do a cooking video, and this is just going to be one of them I'm going to do just real fast, since it's simple. And you can have Escovitch. Listen, the sauce is so good. You're going to want to put it on everything. It tastes so good. So I usually use red snapper, but I didn't have any. In the summertime, when I'm able, I get on the fishing boat and I fish for porgies. Okay, but this year I didn't get a chance to go. Last year, you know, COVID, right? So with the COVID, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Like sanitize my hand. Have my little sanitizer. With the COVID, I wasn't able to get on the fishing boat, but I have friends that go fishing, and a friend of mine gave me some fish. He fished for porgies, and he had given me some fish, so I wrapped it up really good, because once you get fish fresh from the ocean, the sea, the lake, wherever you fishing at. If you get the fish fresh, you can wrap it up real good and it keeps perfect in the freezer. So I had wrapped up about 4 pieces, and let me tell you something. I had to scale them. One of my friends, I'm grateful. One of my friends, he doesn't even eat porgies, but he loves fishing, so he gives them away free. So I'm not gonna complain at all about they weren't scaled. So I pulled out my scaler, I scaled the fish, and let me tell you how them scales fly all over the place. They fly all over the place. I thought I had my stopper, because if you stop the sink up with water and you scale them under the water, they won't fly around. Of course, nowhere to be found. The stopper was nowhere to be found. So guess what? I had scales flying everywhere. I had to put my glasses on. They were flying in my face. They was flying in my hair. They was flying down my t-shirt. I said, you know what? I have been cleaning up scales because once they're wet. When they're wet, you could clean them up. But sometimes they stick to wherever they're sticking to. They're sticking to the side of the sink, the back of the sink, on the floor. And guess what? Sometimes you don't see them. So I cleaned up as well as I could clean up. And then I sat down and waited for them to dry. Once they dried, you could see how much you missed. You missed a few on the floor. Some areas you don't even think that the scales went. You go, it's so crazy. But anyway, it's a lot of work. I don't mind because I love fishes. It's a favorite protein of mine. I like fish. One of my favorite proteins. Crab actually is my favorite protein. And after that, I'm going to go with lamb. Lamb is my next favorite protein. But I do love seafood. I do love seafood. I love mussels. I used to eat clams. It's funny. I used to eat clams. I grew up in the Bronx, and we used to get clams. My mother used to get clams, little necks, the little small ones. She used to get that. And I remember we were little when she brought them home. She bought herself about half a dozen. I can't remember the amount. Thinking, okay, I got these kids in here. They're going to look at these clams. They're going to like, I don't want to try it at all. I don't know what made us want to try it. But I do remember me and my sister said, oh, we want to try that. Let's try that. Put a little hot sauce, a little lemon. We were young too. I want to say we preteens, because I don't even know if we were in the double digits, okay? And that was it. That was all she wrote. We were eating the clams with the hot sauce and the lemon. When we used to go out to Coney Island, oh my goodness, we used to go to Coney Island. The kids on the block, kids on the block, Easter comes, you want to do something for Easter. And we used to go out to Coney Island. And myself, my sister, and my uncle went with us one time. He's only a couple of years older than me. And, the neighborhood kids that we hung out with, we all went. We said, we'll be back. They was looking for us. The 3 of us was on the boardwalk, just sucking down them clams. They were like, ew, y'all eat those? Yeah, we eat them. But as I got older, I don't care for raw food. It's toxic. You don't really know if it's bad and it's gonna mess your stomach up. So I don't eat them anymore because I never liked them cooked. Personally, this is only my personal opinion. Personally, I feel like they get ruined when they're cooked. They might be delicious to some people, but that brininess with the lemon and the hot sauce when they're raw, So, but I love seafood. Mussels. Mussels is another favorite protein, and I love mussels. Like I said, crab. Actually, she crab is my favorite. I think it's the sweetest. But I like the crab, snow crab legs, king crab legs, Dungeness crab. You know what I like to do with Dungeness crab? And maybe I'll do that my next video. I like to curry them. Oh, curry crab. With the Dungeness crab, it's delicious. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that video. I'm still slicing the carrots, you guys, because I have 3 porgies that are seasoned and they're drying out a bit because you want them to be dry. You don't want them to having like any moisture when you fry it, because you got to fry it dry. Because once you make the Escovitch sauce and put it over it, it just moistens back the fish, that it's not soggy. It's so so good. You guys, I'm telling you, it's delicious. And you got to try it. You got to try it. So I'm going to give you this recipe. I don't have exact measurements. Don't kill me. I look at everything. I look at the balance of stuff. I mix it together. Hope my ancestors help me out and tell me that's good. And because that's how I learned how to cook. I didn't cook by measurements. I did not cook by measurements. My mother, my father, my grandmother, they told me, my aunts, they didn't say, okay, you need a 1/4 cup of this and a 1/4 cup of that. Nope. The only thing by measurements they taught was rice. You know, they always said 2-part water, 2-part liquid to 1 part rice. It's kind of foolproof, give or take. But otherwise, unless there was some kind of baking going on in the house, no measurements, none whatsoever. Yep, I'm coming down to the wire, y'all, with the carrots. Coming down to the wire. Yep, so I just cook by my sight and by my taste. Matter of fact, I cook by my sight, my taste, my ears, because when you're cooking, sometimes when you're frying stuff, you can hear by your ear that it's already done. And of course by taste, sight, taste, hearing, and when I eyeball it, I trust my eyes. I trust my eyes to tell me that's enough. You know, that's good enough. Put a little more. That's uneven. I don't claim to be a chef, but I'm a pretty good home cook. Pretty good. I haven't had any complaints. Once I say I'm cooking something, what, I'm coming over, or save me some stuff that could be frozen, my friends are like, put it in the freezer. You can put that in the freezer, wrap it up real good, put it in the freezer, because I'm coming over there on this such day and I'm coming to get it. It's okay, so I validated them pretty good. Okay, y'all. No. Next is the onion. Okay, so if I start crying, you guys know it's because the onion is making me cry. So I'm going to cut off this part. I'm going to show you. Let me show you, because I'm going to try to cut it in. I'm going to try to slice it as, can you see it? I'm going to try to slice it as thin as possible. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part off. Put it in my garbage bag. Because I have a little garbage bag over here. And I'm going to start slicing as thin as I can. Okay, as thin as I can. I love onions. I think onions and garlic, oh, such a great combination. put onions and garlic in my food, I'm good. I'm good. See, I want it to look like this. Little half rings and stuff because it's about the same consistency as the carrot. So it'll, because you're not really cooking this. You're just sauteing it a bit because you want to still maintain that little bit of crunch on top of the fish. So I'm going to finish slicing this up. Ooh, this is strong onion. It is strong, you guys. But I'm going to finish slicing this up. And then I'm going to slice the Scotch bonnet. So, yeah. So, you know, there was a time when I was first learning how to cook. I relied on a lot of store-bought, you know, like semi store-bought, because I was raising my kids. I needed time. I needed, ooh, excuse me a moment, my eyes. You know, I needed the time to spend with them, do the homework, help make sure they did their homework and got us all ready for the next day. So some things was semi homemade, I would say. I did a lot of shortcuts. And one of the shortcuts was, I'm not even quite sure the brand, but the Escovitch sauce came in a jar that was, when I mean excellent taste. It didn't taste like it came out of a jar. And but as time went on and I had to find more time, I said I'm making my own. That's all. That's it. And started making my own. And ooh, you guys don't understand. This onion is strong. I don't know how they do it on the cooking shows without even flinching or even mentioning that the onion's getting to them. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. This is the whole bowl. Looking good. I have 3 porgies. So I'm gonna slice this up and and I'm gonna fry the porgies. I'm gonna put this on pause. I'm gonna fry the porgies, and when they dry out, I'm gonna show you guys the end result. Ooh, I think that's enough. I think that's enough onion. Yes, enough onions. Okay, now here comes the Scotch bonnet. All right, I have 2. I think I'm gonna use one. Let me see which color kind would look better, the green or the red. You know, you want your food to look. I'm gonna use one. The reason why I'm gonna use one is because these are very, very hot. And I want to use it all. The seeds, the core. Let me put this down so you guys can see it. Put the camera on it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna use it all. I'm gonna slice it thin. Oh, the reason why it looks like it's soft, you guys, because I buy a lot of Scotch bonnet peppers and I wrap them up and I put them in the freezer so they could keep better. So so that looks like it's a little soft, but let me tell you something. It doesn't take away the powerfulness and the spicy, but it's a good spice because it's spicy and you could get that fruitiness. I'm looking at it. This don't look like enough, right, you guys? I need to put I'm putting the other one in. Here we go. I'm gonna put this other one in. And See, that's what I mean about how your ancestors come to you and tell you, that's not enough. I'm putting 2 in here. So if you want to go by the measurements, you guys, I used 3 medium carrots. When I mean medium, they weren't thin and they weren't really large. So I used 3 medium carrots and two Scotch bonnet and 1 large onion. I used most of the onion. I'm trying, there's only a little bit left on here. And I sliced it thin. So I'm gonna come back and because I'm gonna add the berries and the vinegar. Let me say this about the vinegar. The apple cider vinegar works better to me in this dish. It's my opinion. You guys could have your own opinions about this. I didn't have any more. So I'm relying on the sugar, a bit of the sugar, and regular white vinegar. And what it is about white vinegar. You always have white vinegar in your house. So I'm going to get to this. I'm going to put everything together and I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Ooh, child, I'm back. Products all done. Fried the fish hard. Yes, you have to use the whole fish, head and all. Fried it up. Put the Escovitch on top. And the finished product. It looks so delicious. Oh my goodness, it looks so delicious. Don't freak out people who don't like the head on the fish. But trust me, cut it off if you don't like it to eat it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. A little juice in the bottom, not too much. They're sideways. They're sideways in the pan because it didn't fit the other way. So I gotta taste it. I have to taste it, you guys. I'm gonna take one out, put it on a plate, and taste it. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm back. That was fast, right? Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna tap the little small piece. Look at that. Ooh, get a snapshot of that. Okay. Get a snapshot. Okay. See the carrots and the onions and the Scotch bonnet, the berries, the pimento berries. Okay, now we can put it. Look fancy. Let's put this aside. Look at that. Looks great. Looks great. Put that aside. Get into this right now. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. I didn't realize there was so much sound going on in the back. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. See, you can tell, look at the smoke. I don't know if you guys can see the smoke coming out. This is delicious. Fried just right. That little bit of sauce on it makes it nice and juicy. Because you know, you have to fry the fish dry, meaning no flour. Fry it dry. But there's an art to it, that you don't burn it or make it too hard that it's not going to be meaty. Oh, and this came out so good. Trying not to get the bone. I'm trying to get the bones out of it. So, This is so good. Just enough spice and that acid from the vinegar, the sweetness from the carrots and the sugar. Another little bit of spice from the Scotch bonnet. Well, I had enough of the Escovitch sauce that I could save some in the jar. So I'm gonna, when it cools down, I'm gonna put it in the jar. Look at that. I'm gonna put it in the jar and save it, refrigerate it. You guys don't understand. So, real fast, get yourself some red snapper, some porgies. Wash them up, season them a little bit. Let them dry out. Don't put them in the pan with the moisture in it. Fry them hard. Then while they're frying, slice up some onion, some carrots, some Scotch bonnet, peppers. Get yourself some apple cider vinegar. If you don't have it, use the white vinegar. Some pimento berries. Oh man. A little bit of sugar. Let it simmer in the pot a little bit. You don't want it to cook down that it's all the same texture. You want a little tiny bit of the crunch. And the end results, I'm telling you guys, if you're a fish lover, and you can, you know the thing is, you can have this, you can serve it warm, you can serve it room temperature. Delicious. Well, thank you. That was a small, brief, little cooking video. What did I say I was going to do next? I know I mentioned it, but I'll figure it out. But I'm going to do another video coming soon, or a seafood mukbang, because my birthday's coming up and my favorite protein is seafood. So I'm looking to have a feast. I'm gonna share my birthday with you guys because it's on a Tuesday and I can't ask everybody to hang out, and because of COVID and because it's a Tuesday. So I don't mind making a video, having a couple of glasses of champagne, and my seafood. So till then, you guys, I will see you guys again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, Kicking It with KK. Press the like button and the bell, because there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. I'm just getting started, but there's a lot coming, you guys. It's not all going to be about just cooking and eating. It's going to be a lot. I have a lot in mind. So it's something that you all guys will enjoy. So hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. And I will see you guys soon.